chapstick on before my lips look dry as fuck. Today's video is actually going to be makeup related. What? I wanted to do like an actual tutorial. I recently recreated one of my old looks by going by one of my old tutorials, but that wasn't really like a instructional thing. So just kind of wanted to show you how I do this, how I do makeup. So this one is actually dedicated to my friend, my girl, Carla. She requested a, let me get the wording, a long, sharp wing with gold and smoky shadow and red lips. I am down for the gold. I love gold and black shadows. Actually, it's one of like my favorite combos, but the sharp wing girl, oh, I read that and I was like, damn it, but I'm gonna try my best. I suck at wing liner. Let's just get started. To start, we always want to prime our eyes with a, there's those hairs, you guys. I'm telling you, I have these like 2 or 3 hairs from my head that just are attached to my lip at all times. You always want to start with some sort of base. They sell eyeshadow bases if you want, but honestly, you just use concealer. I use the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop because I bought this and it's definitely the wrong color for me. It's like too yellow. So I'm getting my money's worth and I use it as my eyeshadow base. So just kind of pat it in. And you want to make sure that you get all over. Oh, I still have lash glue from last night. But you want to get it as smooth as you can, especially where the crease is. The reason we put a base down is to let the eyeshadow stick to your eye better. It makes eyeshadows more vibrant. So we have our base down. Now I kind of wanted to choose our colors, black, smoky, and gold. So, and of course we want to be cruelty free. I think the palette that I'm going to use is from Urban Decay. It's the Naked 2 palette. I might play around with other colors, but just because anyone in a makeup tutorial, just because they use something doesn't mean you have to. So this palette is old as fuck. I'll have to do research to see if the ingredients are vegan, but I know that Urban Decay is cruelty free. I just feel like I use the same palettes, like I always use the Jeffree Star palettes or the Mellow Cosmetics palette in almost every video. So I'm trying to switch it up a bit. If they're not a vegan formula, I'm sorry. I will try to do a vegan formula as much as I can, but I just want to like give you some variety. So I'm gonna try using the Naked 2 for most of this, but again, just use similar colors. I'll show you what colors I'm using and just use whatever you have. Super, you know, whatever everyone. Oh god, I almost dropped it again and almost broke all of them. I want to start with a transition shade. You put a transition shade usually in the crease area, which is right here. That's a good place to have like an in-between shadow. So we are going to use Teaser, which is, it's kind of like a taupey gray. Here we go, Teaser. I'm sorry, this is so dirty and gross, but that's the color we're going to use. Like a taupey gray. It's a very neutral color. I would say maybe it's a little cool tone actually, but okay, so we're gonna use this brush, which you can see it kind of comes to like a tip here. It comes to like almost like a soft point. Then you're putting it right in the crease, nice and light. You don't want to go too heavy. I know it seems really tedious, but you really just want to go as long as you can and then a little longer. And we'll soften, like you'll see this harsh difference between the brow bone and this. We'll soften that up. We just kind of wanted like a good base to start. Now I think I want to go into the black. We're gonna lightly tap this. You can use the same brush, lightly tap the brush into the shadow, and we're just gonna pack it onto the edge here. Don't go more than halfway towards the inner corner because that's where we're gonna have the gold. So you want all the heavier shadows towards the outer corner of your eye. So that's where we're concentrating our brush. You can kind of work it into the transition shade a little bit. And if you see like, I don't know if you can tell, yeah, there's like, you know, darker areas right here. We will clear all that up as well with some more powder, and we're gonna be smoking it out as well, so it might even be hidden. So now we're just kind of done like mapping out where the colors are gonna be. So even though we already have concealer down, I still want to make a good foundation for the gold eyeshadow to stick to. So I'm just going to take a little bit more concealer, especially because we may have lost some of that stickiness when we applied the transition shade. And I'm just going to add it to the inner corner. This is just a small synthetic brush. I just put a tiny bit of concealer on there. Don't go up past the crease and don't go out past the middle of your eyeball. For the gold, I'm going to use Half Baked. Where is it? There we go. I always loved this shade. Kind of hard to see with the lights and stuff, but it's just a really pretty gold. But again, you can use whatever you have. For this, I want to take a very small, dense brush. This looks like this, nice and tiny. We're gonna pack it on right on the inner corner. We're going from the inner corner to the middle of the eyeball and just literally like tapping it in like this. So my lunch just got here. I'm gonna go eat and then I'll come back and finish everything. So I just got done from eating lunch and we had a terrible accident happen in this room while I was not in it. Some angry force must be pissed at me because my Naked 2 palette fell onto the floor and I completely lost one of the eyeshadows. It's gone. The pan is literally completely empty, and the other ones fell out. Insert picture here. So I had to look on the website and try to put them back together. So I hope I did it right. Here's that hair. I'm telling you. There we go. Ugh, I don't know. It looks a little different. Fuck. Okay, so we just put down the gold. Now I wanted to make it a little more dark, a little more smoky. So now that our black is on and our gold is on, we can kind of work the black shadow in a little bit. So I'm gonna take a smaller tapered brush that has that like pointed end kind of, except a smaller pointed end than what we used before, and pat it in to the corner. This is the black we're using, and lightly put it in the crease, just ever so lightly, just go across the crease. We're patting it on the outer corner, but kind of swooshing it back and forth. It gives that like smoky effect. So I'm going to be going in with Foxy right here. This is just a very neutral, light bone shade just to kind of blend into the upper brow. So we're concentrating our brushes mainly like right in this area, but we want to kind of grace over the transition shade a little bit just to kind of eliminate the harsh line that we created. And we're going to end up going back in with the black too, because black is such an easy color, surprisingly, to kind of lose its value a little bit. It tends to get lost a lot when you're trying to soften edges. So we will go back in with black. I want to move on to the bottom lash line. I think what I wanted to do was concentrate on black and smoky here and then kind of brighten it with the gold right on the inner corner, kind of like what we did with the top lid. For lunch we got this new vegan restaurant that opened up. My husband got a burger with queso sauce and tortilla strips and all that on it, and then a large side of tater tots with some sort of spicy mayo dipping sauce and a chocolate shake. My lunch consisted of arugula, broccoli, tofu, sweet potato, dried cranberries, and pumpkin seeds. So, but it wasn't very satisfying. I just wanted to share that. So before we get into the black on the bottom lid, you kind of want to do like a transition shade for the bottom too. So I'm going to take that teaser shade, which was the transition shade that we used on top, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going from the outer corner to inner corner, just halfway to the eyeball, and just kind of smoking it out a little bit. We kind of look a little dead right now, but it will improve. The next process for this is really just building up that black. So you're gonna have to go through a couple of layers of this. So I'm using a small pencil brush and I have a little bit of black shadow on it, and I'm lightly putting it on the bottom lash line and kind of flicking it out a little bit. And I am kind of tying the outer top corner too to it. Don't forget to not go past, like I went a little bit past halfway. Shit, but that's okay. That's all right. Now let's add that gold. I'm gonna use a different brush this time, but it really doesn't matter. This another dense, just small packing brush. Don't forget, we're just packing it on. Boop, 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 boop. And actually, while we're here, I'm gonna kind of touch up the top as well. I like this shade, but I think I want more. While I marinate on which one to use, I'm going to deepen up this black. I'm just building it up so it's nice and dark. And I do patting motions when I'm working on darkening and deepening a color. You want to pack it on and then kind of work it. I want to add black eyeliner now. So I always use the e.l.f. No Budge retractable black liner, and you're going right in the waterline, but I'm stopping right when the gold meets the black. We're gonna smudge this out too. So with that pencil brush that we used, I'm going to smidge, just a little bit. Getting there, we're getting there. It is time for liquid liner. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Milani Stay Put Matte 17-hour wear. I can't offer any tricks to this because I suck at liquid liner, so I guess just take your time. Let me get like the first part done, like just the lid, and then we'll work on the wing together. So what I do is I look down into a mirror, so it's like I'm closing my eyes, but I'm not, and I kind of rest my hand on the mirror, take a breath after every centimeter or so. Did one lid, let's do the other one. I swear, I don't breathe anytime I do liquid liner. I always fuck up this side. Now it's time for the wing. Carla, this is for you. What I've learned that I still can't master is you want to go from the bottom of the top lid and kind of go up. I know it's not that sharp, but girl, I'm doing the best I can, okay? And then you want to go from here down and then fill in. How do we do? Okay, I don't think that's terrible. I kind of wish it was angled up more, but I know it's not that intense, but that is the best I can do. I would say our eyeshadow and wings are done. The only thing I do want to do is add a highlight. So I'm going to use this Champagne Pop and add it to the brow bone. So this is the brush I always use for my brow bone. And I'm just using a little bit and lightly just packing it onto the brow bone. This just gives the eye like an extra lift. All right, so I'm gonna finish up the face by doing some bronzer. Now for highlight, I'm going to use that same Champagne Pop color right on the tops of the cheeks. I really don't use a lot, so it's just a subtle glow. So for my false lashes, I always use the Ardell Faux Mink Demi Wispie lashes. So to apply lashes, I do the same thing as I do with eyeliner. I just put it down so I can like look down and then plop the lashes right on top of the liner. Here we go. I think I did this on the first try and I'm really excited about that. How about that? We got lashes on. Okay, we have come to the final step, which is adding a red lip. So this is Underage Red from Kat Von D, and it's just a regular lipstick. But since red is such an intense color, I do want to use a liner. So this is just a NYX liner, and it's not vegan. I'm sorry. NYX is cruelty free. Not all their products are vegan. This has beeswax in it. So just for future reference, if you're trying to be cruelty free and vegan, do not buy this lip liner, but I bought this years ago. Forgive me, I'm using whatever I can. Oh yeah. All right, I'm calling it. I'm done. This is the final look. Carla, how did I do? Like it? So this is the finished look. I hope you like it. Thanks again for hanging out. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that crap. I really hate saying that every time, but apparently it helps. So it really helps me out every time I get a new subscriber or every time you comment or like the video. It helps me out. Any help is appreciated. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.